Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 40, NASDAQ off 6, S&Ps are off $1.50. Gold contract down $3.90, trading at $1,241 an ounce. Silver off 24 cents at $18.68 an ounce. Platinum down 10 at $1,371 an ounce. Copper off a penny at $3.09 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.21 at $92.89 a barrel. Bonds, we have the 10-year down one tick at 124.14. 30-year also flat at 137.04. King dollar up 11 ticks at 84.30. The euro is up 4 at 129, and the yen is up 20, trading out at 107.05. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You have a sideways market out here, flat market, volume-wise, and it's with light volume. So the bottom line is that we take a look at this characteristic right now at 375 million. That's saying it's going to come in at about 550. We go look at the SPY, the SPY, and what you have with the SPY is that she's done 50 million shares. And that is actually, this is where the correlation comes in here, which is pretty neat. So we came down on the 9th, and we came down with 88 million. We're going up. We're going to do about 60 on the way up. We have just got above the high of yesterday, which is 200.20. Oh, actually, we didn't make it. We went to 200.19. Now, that characteristic, folks, is that the force is still downtown. It's subtle, but the bottom line is that you had the expansion of volume on Tuesday. Now you're going basically up, even though it's negative by 12. Why? Because your low of yesterday was 198.77. Low today is 199.12. It's trying to push into a higher level, and it can't handle the price just yet with lighter volume. That's setting up for another push down, and the real key is going to be as that push down comes in the next few days, will you get volume behind that move? Dow Industrial, same setup. Dow is a sideways move. He's down 45 bucks right now, but bottom line, you get a sideways move. You didn't hit the low of yesterday, didn't hit the high of yesterday. NASDAQ composite. We take a look at the composite. What we have with the composite is this. Now, the composite had gone up yesterday with lighter volume after basically coming down on the 9th with 1.9 billion. We're doing the same thing today. It's down 6, but you're up in correlation to the lows of yesterday versus the highs of yesterday. We look at the NDX 100, the 3 Qs, what you have with the 3 Qs. Sideways move, 22 million shares, no force, up nor down. Gold contract. Now, let's talk gold here. This is what we have, folks. Gold contract gets to 1235.30 today. Pretty intense. Why is it pretty intense? Because the lows that were out here in this contract are 1241.70. We broke those lows. You have light volume, and the kicker is, and gold's, this happened yesterday too. Gold got some juice at 3:30 yesterday afternoon. It's getting juice right now. It's rejecting this low. It does have lighter volume thus far. If we go over to the GLD and you want to look at that correlation, the correlation is like this. We have hit 118.77. The low that you want to close inside of is 119.42. Right now, we're at 119.31. We've done 6.1 million shares, and your benchmark is out there is about 8.75. That's how that's straightened out right now. Bond market, the ever-ready bond market. So first off, the 10-year, folks, is trading at 2.5. If we go take a look at this 10-year, what we have is this. 10-year bond today is at its lows, 1.1 million contracts. Now watch how this shakes out, because this actually looks like a bearish candle, but it's not at a low. Because what it is this. The 10-year today tried to get to it did get to 124.22. Couldn't handle price up there. Pushes back. Now you push back with 1.1 million. You did 1.2 million yesterday, but you're going into a monster up day on the 1st. So your benchmark there is 124.19, and right now we're at 124.14. We take a look at that means that you want to get up 5 more ticks. We go take a look at the 30-year bond. What we have with the 30-year, same type of setup. It did 348,000 contracts. That little baby can't seem to break the lows of yesterday. You know, it's higher volume than yesterday, but that's still not high volume, enough volume to break down that market. King Dollar. Let's go take a look at King Dollar. What we have with King Dollar is this. King Dollar makes a run to 84.23 today. Low run. Does that and didn't get to a lower low. Now you're at 84.47. This is where we have some divergence here, and this is what it is. King Dollar now is pushing into your high, which is 84.65 with volume. So that's saying that, guess what? King Dollar wants to finish up going to this 84.89 continuous contract number. Gold itself hasn't really got whacked with the aspect that this is happening, but I do expect that the way this is trading out right now, yeah, it's 84.95, and thus far we've hit 84.34. So that would be a 100% move of a move. Some of the Dow stocks out here, this is what you have inside the Dow Industrials. You get American Express off 9 cents. Caterpillar is down 74. Oxy is off 40. You got Big Blue down 14. Big Mac is up 9 cents. Oh, look at that. That's unusual. That you have Philip Morris, Ultra Group. Oh, it's only down 21 cents. I thought that said 210. 21 cents. That's nothing. But that is unusual when you see that the smoke is down. Let's see. Walmart is down 38 cents. Big Mac is up 10. Inside the oil complex, let's go take a look at that oil complex. This is what you have inside the oil complex. You have ExxonMobil down 11, Chevron's off 78, Halliburton is up 32. Inside the financials, you got JP Morgan Chase up 51, you got Goldman up 121, UBS is up 23, Morgan Stanley is up 32, Visa is down $2.30. And it's going to get interesting with Visa because Visa's having a hard time getting over the 217.32 price point. Real hard time to get over that. Some of the high volume stocks in a low volume market we have out here. This is what you have. Bank of America is up 21. You've got Lululemon is up 540. Don't touch that. There's a 37% short position. That's a dead cat bounce. There's nothing there. Microsoft is down 8 cents. You got FireEye up 131. Alcoa is down 26. And if we come back and we take a look at the structure inside the IWM, the small caps, this is what we have with the small caps. Small caps today are up 66 cents, 21 million shares. That 21 million, so if you're in the small caps and you're long, you want to close over 116.39 today. We're at 116.54. If you're short, you want to close underneath that level. Why? Because if you close over that level, that was 36 million shares how we came down. But if we do close over that level, that would say that, guess what, you can run to the top of that market. The way that we're trading right now, coming into this close, if we put up the E-minis, we take a look at the S&P E-minis, what we have inside the E-minis is this, is that it's been a nice volatile day up here. You know, we've hit the first low that was hit at 8:50 this morning on the S&Ps was 1977. You do a counter trend bounce up to 1985. Guess what? You let loose again. You come back down to 1977. You go higher to 1987. Huge. You come back down at 1982. You just surge forward up to 1988. The way this is set up, folks, on the intraday basis is that it cannot get up and over the 1988 that was generated yesterday at 1300 hours. And what that's saying is that it's going to go try to make a run for the test right now, but it wants to get down into the 1981 versus the 1988. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Tom takes your phone calls now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 27. NASDAQ is flat. S&Ps are up 1. And as we do each and every Thursday at 20 past the first hour, we have our man, Mr. Andy Hecht. Don't forget, folks, Andy has an outstanding show every Tuesday, Thursday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, you can get all the programming at TFNN right on your cell phone. We start live programming 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening. On your cell phone, just go to tfnn.mobi. Right in your browser, you get the full audio. If you'd like to get the TV, you can go to tfnn.com. On the right-hand side, you see the TV. Hit that. You get the audio, plus you get the video. Now, Andy not only does an outstanding show Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 to 6 p.m., Bottom line is that we know 13 years ago in 2001, it was a terrible day, and Andy happened to be right in the middle of that. Andy Heck, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Tom?
Good.
Good, good. I wanted to, if I can do so, I'd like to read something that I wrote on the air today.
I think that would be great.
And I call this Nature's Beauty a Paradox. So I'll start and I'll read it.
Okay.
'Twas a sparkling morning, the day was so clear, the kind of daybreak that makes life so dear. The tall buildings of the metropolis reflected the early sun. It was a day not for work, but created to cherish and have fun. As I walked to the office, I paused and I thought, what a wonderful world the Supreme Being had wrought. This day is not meant for work. It is not meant for stress. This day is meant to be treasured. It is meant to be blessed. At 7 a.m., the city was just awake, with the beauty of nature that cannot be fake. Against better judgment, I went into work. The summer just ended. I could never be that kind of irresponsible jerk. I thought to myself, I will leave afternoon to enjoy the weather and crystal blue sky that brings life to my soul and makes my heart swoon. Not for a second, not for a flash, did I think the unthinkable could come to pass. Within a heartbeat, the day was transformed from the beauty of nature and life to another, most horrible form. As the planes crashed into the tallest buildings with the greatest of ease, the beauty of the morning became a great tease. I stood in amazement, my head tilted upward to the sky, and watched for the souls trapped on the highest of floors that were certain to die. The faces of firemen, police, and those who were trained to respond bravely rushed upstairs and into the great beyond. The black smoke that rose, the ash and buildings that fell, transformed the sun, birds, and clear sky into living hell. The relatives and friends of the innocent who perished on September 11 stood motionless as those they loved prematurely went to heaven. Years have now passed since that fateful day. Life has been altered in every conceivable way. The act of a few, in the name of their God, brought horrible death. It took life from many and robbed others of breath. As an eyewitness to the massacre of 2001, beauty and innocence was forever lost in a bright, paradoxical September sun.
That's beautiful, man. That's really beautiful. You know, what is really beautiful about that too is that the aspect of healing, right? You know, I've known you now for is it 4 years?
No, it's a year and a half.
That's all.
That's it. A year and a half.
Now you couldn't have said that last year without breaking up. Right?
No,
so
I know.
I'm just asking, over the course of years, healing does take place, right?
It does take place. It does. And actually, I went last weekend. I went out to California, and
yes.
I went to Hermosa Beach, which is a beautiful place. If you ever get to go there, it's just a beautiful place. And I sat on the beach, and I wrote this poem on the beach.
It's a beautiful poem. Man.
Thank you. Last Saturday, and you know, look, it's a very tough day in general for me.
Yes.
I lost a lot of friends, people I knew. I saw a lot of faces of people who went into the abyss.
So were you walking to work when this is happening, Andy?
No, I was already at work. I actually got out and went downstairs after the first one went in and watched the second plane go in. And then, like everyone else, I ran for my life. I didn't know that the buildings were going to crumble upon each, just kind of implode.
Yeah.
For a while, we thought the buildings were going to come down right on our heads. So
no, that would make sense. That's
life-changing experience, and it's very hard for me, Tom. When I see like movies and documentaries on 9/11,
yes,
it's so different looking at it on the TV as in my mind's eye as I remember. So it's it's always a hard day. Listen, like you said, you heal over time, no question. But my mind thinks of what I think of a lot is how much the world really has changed, and how many children grew up never knowing parents, and you know, how many after 9/11, how many people, soldiers, died in the war because of of what happened, and how the world is still so difficult because of what happened, and will always be. It kind of, innocence was lost.
Well, you know, I agree with you to a certain point that some innocence is lost, but unfortunately what seems to happen is that there's still a huge amount of people that are absolutely naive.
Well, this is very true.
You know,
this is very true. Let me rephrase that. My innocence was lost.
Yes. No. Listen, no. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I listen. I wrote this poem also for my children. You know, because they weren't there. I mean, they know I tell them the story and stuff. But it's important to remember these kinds of things. You can't dwell on them every day, but it's very important to remember them. And I mean, if it was up to me, I'd make 9/11 a national holiday. You know, in honor of the people who died that day, in honor of all the troops, you know, who still fight. You know, I watched the president's speech last night. You know, this it started in 2001, and it hasn't stopped. You know.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop.
It's not going to.
The thing that is sad is it absolutely seems that when you're only talking 13 years, the memory of folks is shorter than it really should be. And I think for all of us, you know, like, great, we can finish work, we can go have a beer, you can get on the beach, you can do whatever you're doing. And I've definitely got caught up in it. There's no, I'm not, you know. And then I say to myself, oh my, you know, what is going on here? I mean, what is the larger picture? And what happens, because I think on the course of life you've gone through so many different roller coasters, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I'm talking about myself now mentally. Do you know what I mean? I can be conservative, I can be liberal, I mean, I've gone all over the place. Do you know what I mean? And one thing, though, that has never changed, and this is different because it's growing up in the city, it's when someone wants to hurt you, you better, you know, understand to do the job.
And let me just point out one thing that you said and validate it. You've gone through many changes. You have been conservative, you have been liberal, you have agreed, you have disagreed. The people who attacked us on that day and who still seek to attack us want to rob us of that right to think freely.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. And
that's the lesson.
And I agree. That is the big deal that is important for all of us to understand. And that's hard to understand sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Hey, you stay
If you want me to stay with you,
yes, please.
We'll come
stay
back.
Right there. Andy Heck, Tom O'Brien, we're going to come right back, folks. Dow right now is down 29. NASDAQ and S&Ps are flat. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full custom customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Hecht's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, you get the Dow down 32, NASDAQ, S&P's a flat. We're talking with our man, Mr. Andy Hecht, who was in one of those buildings in the World Trade Center, folks, in 2001, and, of course, lost many friends, associates, and innocence, period.
Yeah. Let's talk about markets. How about that?
That's a beautiful thing.
You know, because thank you for allowing me to read the poem.
It's a beautiful poem.
And life has to go on, and you know,
right.
Markets are crazy. And Tom, well, right now we're having oil is really rallying pretty strongly. It's up $1.64.
Yeah.
Kind of a bear market rally, but we'll have to see if there's follow-through tomorrow. We actually put the official settlement price up, but right now oil made a new low today. We traded down to 90.43, and we're above yesterday's highs, so that's kind of a key reversal in the oil, but I'm not buying it right now. There's just too much oil around, and actually, if you take a look at the Brent oil, Tom, let's just take a quick look at where I have that. I believe that was kind of unchanged on the day. So let me just see. Brent right now is up 32 cents. So you have WTI, the NYMEX crude, up $1.65. Brent's only up 32 cents. And where's all the geopolitical problems in the world? It's in the places that they price Brent off. So very interesting what's going on here.
No,
I still don't like oil here.
No, I agree, because what you have out here today, you know, is you have a lower low with monster volume. So that's going to get at least tested. There's 364,000 contracts right now with done, folks.
Big volume, big volume. And the other interesting, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, and you've hit $90.43. Yeah,
right. And the next level, the next level I'm looking at is like 88.50.
85 is game, right?
Yeah. Well, natural gas today, we had a huge injection, 92 billion cubic feet. Caused the price to go from $4 down to $3.80. We're bouncing a little now. We're at $3.84.50. I still like this market. This is kind of the last gasp. You know, we have a full summer where they put injections into inventories.
Okay.
We're still at about 13-14% below the last year's level, below the 5-year average. It's already cold and snowing in Calgary. Someone told me that it snowed in the mountains of Utah yesterday.
Wow.
So, those injections will quickly turn into withdrawals, and we're starting the season, with lower gas than we did last year, and we all know what natural gas did last year. It went up over $6. So I think as long as natural gas stays above $3.74, I like being long it here, and I'm a scale-down buyer. I'd add to the position on a little bit of weakness here. I think we're in a trading range now, like $3.75 to $4, but eventually we're going to break to the upside. But, we're seeing some corrections here. Overall, Tom, the whole commodity market is just falling apart. You have grains making new 4-year lows today. Gold is looking Silver's looking terrible. I mean, it looks like we're going to challenge that 1850 2013 low, which is a major low. Platinum and palladium have fallen apart. Copper and base metals are weak. Oil products are fairly weak here. We're getting a little bit of a rally now. Soft commodities, sugar on 4-year lows. Coffee doing well because of a surplus, but cocoa rolled over a bit. Cotton came down. Orange juice is weakening up. Even the meats are lower today. In general, Tom, the whole commodity world is very weak here, with the stronger dollar and the prospect of perhaps higher interest rates in the future.
And so it's interesting, because when we look at this, of course, what Japan has had for a huge amount of time is deflation. The way the rates across the world are is like, okay, man, is that what's happening? And in that context, it would seem that the next quarter that comes out, because of these commodity prices, folks, you're going to see prices actually go down.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And Tom, I look at a couple of things as key indicators. Copper is a key indicator. That never kind of went up with the other base metals and commodities this summer. And the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar. Those are commodity-centric currencies, and they are weak. They are very weak. They are definitely, and if you put charts up there of the A dollar and the C dollar, you'll see that the trend is definitely down in these. And these, I call them commodity currencies, because there's a lot of commodity production in these worlds, and they're kind of implicitly backed with the commodities within their borders. So, the weakness there just means that their revenues are going to be low
today.
Oh, it got smoked. Absolutely smoked. And look, grain prices, man. The USDA came out with their WASDE report. That's the World Agricultural Supply and Demand Estimate report.
Yeah.
I mean, ridiculous numbers. Corn, the biggest crop ever. Soybeans, the biggest crop ever. Wheat, a huge crop. And these prices are, we had corn at $8. Corn is looking like it's going to $3 1/4. We closed at $3.41 today. Soybeans are below $10. We were, $15, $16 a bushel. Wheat was $10 a bushel. Wheat is now $5 a bushel. I mean, these things have halved.
So, in that context, let me just go over the Deere. Oh, look at that, too. This is interesting. I just pulled up Deere & Company, folks, because, of course, is that whole farming complex is getting smoked price-wise. Yeah, and look at this. This is interesting.
Yeah, you're going to see it. You know what else you're going to see? You probably will see, farm values, land values, which have been in a tremendous bull market, start to come down. Now the small farmer gets hurt. A lot of farmland is owned by big companies now.
Sure.
They're going to do just fine. No problem there. But the small farmer is not going to be able to survive. I was talking on the show about what farmers plan to plant based on the relative prices, the intercommodity spreads, the differential between corn and soybeans. Well, you know what? That all falls apart when prices fall so low that they can't make money with any crop.
No, I agree. There's no doubt. Yeah.
So I'm looking at nominal price now, and those price levels are starting to get pretty ugly for farmers, especially the little guys.
Yeah, because then it's just all about survival and cash flow to stay alive. Right.
If they were lucky enough to hedge at high prices before the start of this season, they're okay this year. But they're looking at next year and like, what am I going to plant?
And the key there, of course, is that it's one thing planted, but then you got to stay alive until next season, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it's really interesting. But this is a sector-wide repricing, it feels like, right now. And crude oil breaks $90. It's going to be, it's a huge tax break. So on one hand, it's very good. Crude oil, let's go back to crude for a minute. It's been so non-geopolitically sensitive, and that's because of all the production here. We get back down to $70 or below, it becomes very geopolitically sensitive again because all of that high-cost production goes by the wayside. So there's an underlying implied put, I believe, on the crude oil market because we as the United States plan to be energy independent, and the only way we can do that is if the price is high enough that we can produce it economically.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Well, it's going to get. I guess the big question I just keep coming back to, though, is this going to be a worldwide deflation deal, which is really a problem.
It's a real problem.
That's a problem. Period.
It's a real problem. The healthiest place. The U.S. economy looks okay here, but we do business in a world where the rest of there's contagion, and Europe does not look good. China doesn't look good. If these are going to eventually come back and affect our economy and our ability to do business overseas, if those economies are very weak, it's going to affect ours. Yeah, just like ours in 2008 affected theirs.
Oh, listen, we're still the lead dog. There's no doubt. When you look at these rates, folks, okay, I know everyone, not everyone, but the majority of folks and investors and analysts think that rates are going to go up. But every time I look at it, if I wasn't even a technical person, just on a common sense deal, it's like, oh, rates are going to go up. The first question I'd say is why? Because,
and to where, Tom? The first mortgage I took was at 16%, and it was a good deal. That was a low interest rate
I had 14.5. I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah, these are crazy. To me, this is like a once in a... My father, when I took it, he said, oh, when I bought our house, I got a military mortgage in the early 50s at 4%. I'm like, wow, 4%? I'd never see that in my lifetime.
Yeah, and right now,
here we are.
You can get a 30-year at 3.9.
Exactly.
That's the 3.9 is the number out here right now, folks, even at a 2.5.
And our interest rates, can't go, they can go up a little bit because I tell you, I'd rather buy U.S. paper than any of the European paper out there.
That's my point. And in the European paper, it's like, okay, hey, the European paper is so cheap, and the bottom line is that the euro's going down.
Right, so you get it both ways.
Right, and Mark inside the den out here today. There's a lot of professionals in here too, folks. And the bottom line is that bond auction today came in huge. Okay, so the number of folks that wanted to buy those 30 years, okay, was 2.67 for every bond they had to sell, which is a huge.
And what's that telling us? That's telling us that where do you want to put your money? The safest place with the U.S. government.
Yeah, no doubt.
In the U.S.
Listen, man.
All right.
Thank you so much for everything. Thanks for the
My pleasure.
And of course, you're going to be able to listen to Andy right coming up tonight, 5 to 6. Andy, you have a great one. Safe one.
You too.
Look forward to the show,
care.
man. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials right now down 29. The rest of the markets are flat. We'll be right back.
You've heard Basil Chapman on the air as the host of the Tiger Technicians Hour, and now's your chance to spend a full day learning his trading methodology, the Chapman Wave. Basil has taught thousands of students his trading methods over the years, and on Friday, September 12th, he'll be hosting a one-day online Master Trader Series class. Included is a month of his daily newsletter, The Opening Call, a $128 value. Basil will cover a variety of topics and techniques that he uses when looking at key charting patterns that repeat consistently in the market and that you can add to your trading methodology. You have access to the full 8-hour archive for a period of 30 days, as well as availability to ask questions of Basil in the month following the course as you practice what he teaches in this full-day Master Trader class. For all the details, visit TFNN.com and sign up for Basil Chapman's Master Trader class on Friday, September 12th. Reserve your seat today.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country TV to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. You get the Dow Industrials right now down 24. NASDAQ is up 3. S&P is a flat. You have the, let's go right over to the SPY. SPY right now is at 200.26. Yeah, that's over the high of yesterday, which is 200.20. And she's basically looks at these babies. Oh, it's going to be interesting. So we're right at ICE. We're right. The number is 200.18. We'll see whether she hangs over that number or not as she comes into the close. The 3 Qs, the NDX 100, what you have with the NDX 100, that is trading flat, 100.00. And inside the NDX 100, we have strength versus weakness. You have Applied Materials up 53 cents. You have Liberty Global up 175. Wynn Resorts is up 381. Now, Wynn Resorts that's a monster dead cat bounce. This thing is having big problems. It's up on 494,000 shares today after coming down on 1.3 million. That equity has been a one-way stop on the way down. We've come down since $249. And what you're going to have on a weekly basis is that you're going to have a high volume week that has been taken out a swing point. And we talk about high volume days and all weeks. If we go over to ExxonMobil right now, what you have with ExxonMobil is this. She's flat out here today, up 12 cents, 8.9 million shares. Yesterday, the B point on ExxonMobil, folks, is $97.63. You're below that, number one. You take this and you put this on a weekly, what you're going to see is that this is going to be a weekly ABC structure on the way down. Your volume characteristic is 56 million shares. Thus far, we've done 40. So it's going to be a close call whether it can make the 56. It looks like it's going to make about 50. The price point is at $97.63. That is set up to get down into the $89 level, from 92 to 89. And I suspect what's going to happen out here, and probably happen tomorrow, is the aspect that our government and the European Union have agreed to put more sanctions on Russia. Those sanctions will be laid out tomorrow. So the agreement's been done. Inside that agreement, my understanding is that it's going to be about finance, it's going to be about energy. In the ExxonMobil's case, okay, what it's going to be about, folks, is the amount of business that they're doing in the Arctic with Russia. And that's going to basically kibosh that ASAP. The CVX, we take a look at Chevron. It's not that Chevron's not involved in that one, but guess what? Chevron can't get out of its way either. Chevron is down 56 cents. That already took its B point out with volume. Your A point on the Chevron is 135. Your B is 124. You get $9. Your C is 129, which gives you $1.20. And we went to 122. They're going to make it down into those lower price points. The real key is going to be, do they all do ABC structures on the way down? We go to Oxy. We take a look at Oxy. Oxy held its low out here today. The swing low on Occidental has just come down from 105, was 96.82. You went to 97.34, and it looks like we are going to have lighter volume at that. So that's going to be some kind of a bounce. We'll see whether that baby wants to come back down. But when you do put this on a weekly basis, this is, thus far, it has two lower highs. It doesn't have a lower low yet, and that is from the 27th of June, the week of the 27th of June. We go over and take a look at Amazon. We take a look at some of these high flyers that have been in the NASDAQ. Amazon continues lower. That filled the gap, almost filled the gap, can't handle higher price. Google, what we have with Google, Google is hanging at the highs. We're at 590.81 right now. Also, no juice to the top side. Walmart is teetering once again, back 32 cents. But what has happened is this. See, Walmart gapped away on May 15th. So your benchmark in Walmart is at $77.44. And each time it comes up there, guess what? Someone is laying into that stock, pushing that out and pushing it out in a very large way. Lululemon come out with numbers. Bottom line numbers weren't bad. Don't touch the stock. All this is a dead cat bounce. The Lululemon got to a price point today of $45.49. You're at $43 right now. You had come down with monster volume, $36 million. You're going up with $27. But when you take a look at Lululemon on a much larger basis, this is what you have laid out here. Lululemon is back where it was trading in April of 2011. You're off the high of 82, and you have a high volume low that's hanging out there that has not got tested at 36. That is an absolute huge problem. J.P. Morgan Chase, we take a look at some of these financials. What we have with J.P. Morgan Chase, that's up 48 cents. It's trading at 59.71. And this, your benchmark on this baby is the 59.39. What you want to see a close under 59.39, at least on the weekly. That's what it's been trying to get over. It hasn't been able to handle that the last 2 weeks. Intraday today, you're coming into a downdraft of 14 million. You have 10 million thus far. And, yeah, it's not going to be able to handle it. You're going to see a little selling of J.P. Morgan coming into the close. So check this out. This is a really wild when this happens, too, folks. When J.P. Morgan had gapped away on the 9th of just 2 days ago, it had closed on the 8th at $58.85. It opened the next day at It closed at $59.89, opened the next day at $59.63. That $59.63 area, each and every time it's up there, because we had come down there with 800,000 shares on a 10-minute. Each and every time it's up there, guess what? Whoever that seller is up there continues to sell it right at that particular point. So that little baby, if we look at J.P. Morgan Chase, it looks like as we come into the close, it might give up another 10, 15 cents. That's how that's shaking out right now. No doubt, market-wise, bottom line, you had a sideways move out here today. You do have lighter volume. Haven't been able to whack it down. Haven't been able to whack it back up. You're going to get a flat market out here. The most impressive move in the market thus far out here today would be this gold contract. Gold rejected lower price, did it with lighter volume. And it looks like it's going to finish inside the range. Just barely. We're at 142.50 right now, but it's 141.70. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. And of course, don't forget, after my show ends at 5, we got our man, Mr. Andy Heck, coming right up. Dow Industrials right now are down 19. Nasdaq's up 5. S&Ps are up 2. We're going to be right back. Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our belief cards. This is by Chuck Knox. Always have a plan and believe in it. Nothing good happens by accident. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 19, down 19 rather. Nasdaq up 5, S&P's up $1.50. Gold contract down $2.90 at $1,242 an ounce. Silver down 22 cents at $18.70 an ounce. Platinum off 9 at $1,372 an ounce. Copper down a penny and a half at $3.09 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.49 at $93.17 a barrel. Bonds, we had the 10-year down 4 ticks, 124.11. 30-year off 8 ticks at 136.30. And King Dollar up 47 ticks at 84.34. The euro is flat at 129, and the yen is up 27, trading at 107.13. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at it. This is pretty amazing, actually. This has been the third day in a row that we actually have done the exact same amount of volume. If we go take a look at this, so check this out. This is pretty sick. We are on, let's see, today's Thursday. So Monday we did 601 million, Tuesday 602, Wednesday 607, and today 604. That's really unusual. Bottom line is that no volume down, no volume up, no volume period. We go into the SPY, the SPY. What we have with the SPY is this. The SPY is at 200.30. Now, this is what gets really intriguing about this. So check this out. When we talk about no volume, which we have no volume here, in the option market, folks, options that let traders bet on short-term moves in U.S. stocks have never been more popular. Contracts on the S&P 500 index expiring weekly have comprised 36% of the total trading volume on the index this month, putting it on track for a record based on the data from the CBO Holdings. The daily average of 309,000 contracts on the S&P that expire weekly have changed hands in the first 4 days of September, about 72% more than a year ago. Now, what that's all about, folks, is that, so you have the S&P that's trading at $200, okay? But the bottom line is that, you know, as if you've listened to the Think or Swim program on TFNN, which is on Tuesdays at noontime, the weekly options have absolutely put huge volume into them. And one of the main reasons, of course, okay, is that you're dealing with a $200 stock that you can actually trade for $2. That's what the difference is. Let's say $20 for 1,000 versus 200,000. That's what's going on here. So, you know, does it push volume into the indices? Well, I suspect what we have here with the amount of options that are out there, that is also a bullish sign that you have a lot of people that are in the marketplace. But guess what? It is not putting real buyers into that marketplace. Dow Industrials. What do we have with the Dow? Sideways market, same deal. Inside day, couldn't get higher, couldn't get lower. Light volume. NASDAQ Composite. Inside the composite we had out here today, sideways day also, up $5. You did 1.6 billion in the composite. That's going against the 1.9. That was the only. The composite is actually the only indice that actually had come down with volume. That was on the 9th. We go up yesterday with light volume. We do it today. The way the composite is set up, coming into is it Friday already? It's pretty amazing. Time is just amazing, folks. Just blows my mind. But coming into a Friday, that means that we're at 46.91. That 46.10, 45.91. That means 46.10 is game. You look at the NDX 100. Inside the NDX 100, what we have is that was a flat market out here today. 28 million shares. Apple, the benchmark on Apple. This one is going to be really important they're all important at the end of the week. Apple, I suspect, is going to be one of the most important. Why? Because what we have is this. Apple had failed 2 weeks in a row at its highs. The price point is 100.72. And what you have here at 100.72 is we're over that right now. And it looks like we're not going to make the volume. So here's your benchmark. It's 100.72, 500 million shares. Today we did 61 million shares. Thus far, we've done 398 million shares. So it looks to me like we're not going to do 100 million tomorrow. So it's all about the price. You close under 100.72, that's going to be another failure for Apple. And what's possible there is that we get an expansion. The next expansion down would have some volume come out of it. So 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at the close, it's going to be all about can Apple hang over that number, and if it does, that means Apple can get the higher price. You get under that number, that would be saying, hey, guess what? It's going to be going south. Bond market, if we look at the TLT, we use the TLT, the 20-year plus ETF structure. What we did out here today is that you did 9 million shares. We put this on a weekly basis, and what you're going to see is this. Thus far, we're coming into 112. No, we haven't hit 112, so we're coming right into that bar right there, 113.80. Really 114. There it is. Okay, 114.52. We're 34 million shares, and thus far we've done 32 million. So what that's saying is that the TLT is backing down and backing down with some juice. It's going to need a lot more juice to break the 113.48 level. It needs about 50 million, 47 million shares, and thus far it looks like we're going to do about 40 million. So that's a back down thus far with lighter volume. Gold contract. Okay, so what we have with gold is this. Gold broke out the bottoms today, rejected the bottoms, though, and did it with lighter volume. And gold's teetering, there's no doubt. But guess what? It made it all the way back inside. 1241.70. Now, coming into a Friday and a down week with gold is going to be dangerous. I like what it did today. I like what it did yesterday. The last time that we had volume on the way down in the gold market, folks, was September 2nd. That's when we hit 1263.10. It's got tired since then. Since that point, that was 190,000 contracts, which was going into the June 19th and 20th day of strength. The XAU, the HUI, XAU got to 92.26 today. That 92.26 is that this is like a classic. This is like it absolutely is. 92.26, folks. 92.08 was where gold, the XAU, started taking off topside. That was on the 18th. Then we had a monster sign of strength on the 19th. Bottom line is that we came back into that yesterday with 22 million shares versus 20 million versus 28 million. So the XAU rejected lower price today. If we go to the HUI, same setup in the HUI. HUI is trading at 220.09. You got to 220.27. And in both cases, when we do put these up on a longer-term basis, what you're going to see is that those numbers are going to be crucial coming until tomorrow, at the end of tomorrow. Because you close over, all you have to do is close. We're 222. All you have to do is really close over 214. Closing over 214, bottom line is that that's saying you're going topside versus downtown. If we go to the GLD, which will give you a good understanding of how this is shaken out, the GLD on a daily basis took out that low of 119.42. We did it with 7.4 million versus 8.7. That's on the daily. On the weekly, what we did is 31 million shares versus 28. So that's on the weekly, it's going to be close. But what's actually holding it up, and this is the number, is the low that was established in December of 2013. The high of that low is 120.77. That's your benchmark on that. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. Dow Industrials down 19, NASDAQ up 5, S&P's up $1.50. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance. With no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You had Lululemon up 530 for you. JDS Uniphase up 125. We're going to get back to that and see what's happening there. Microsoft was up 13 cents. You get Apple up 43. FireEye was up 122. And if we do go to JDSU, let's see what we have happening with JDS Uniphase. So JDSU is up $1.25 out here today. A gap up after a gap down. Let's take a look at this on a much larger basis. Okay, so we put this back 15 years. This is pretty amazing. Well, I can't put it back 15 because this was the ultimate ABC structure on the way up, folks. The stock went to $1,222. That was in the course of 5 months. It went from $224 to $1,224, and then imploded down to $16. I think it was a 10-for-1 stock reverse anyway, maybe 100-for-1 at that point. Bottom line is that if we bring this into a 5-year, so we can take a cleaner look at it, yeah, it's going to get interesting. So on a 5-year monthly, you get game here. It's been a consolidation for a long period of time. It does have a high volume spike from 17 to 29. So when you have something like that, once the stock starts moving off the bottom, so if we go take a look at this on a daily basis first. Yeah, it's not time to buy yet. Okay, so on a daily basis, what you have? It gapped down on the April 30th. And that gap, that high volume low, let's see, it hit 1022 on August 13th, 1085. Yeah, so that would be the test. Okay, hold it. So what we did is this. First off, when you're looking for a bottom, you have to look for, has the low, high volume low got tested? That's the first aspect of it. And in this case, we have. The week of May 2nd, stock comes down to 1053 from 1390, 49 million shares. The following week, it tested with 22 million and rejected the price. So 22 million versus 49. That does that. Then it does a counter trend bounce up to 1274. But during that time, there's no strength that's shown. Comes back down again. Now, this one's a cool one. It goes from 12 to 1080, 1062 again. Good volume, 38 million. 38 million, though, is less than 49. Goes up again, but then here's it's last month where that, last week where that test came in. 21 million versus 38 million versus 49. Now you had the sign of strength. What that sets up in JDSU, okay, is have some patience, and what you want to be doing is you let it come back, fill the gap. You fill that gap from today, and then you can set up a buy. You can put your stop on the other side of 1062. The buy would be probably 1216, somewhere like that. And what you're gunning for is that when you do pull this back, you're gunning for a couple different places, but the $17 area would be the first area. Let's go take a look at ULTA. This is Ultra Salon. Ultra Salon closed at $97.48. That is trading at 106 right now. Numbers go like this in Ultra Salon. There. Earnings per share were 94 cents. That was the second quarter. Same-store sales are up 6 to 8%. They had 715 stores opened at the end of the second quarter. So they beat their number. They beat it really good, too. 82 cents was the number. They made 94 cents. What they're looking for in the third quarter is that they're looking for 79 to 84. And this closed at 97. It's trading at 106 right now. And we bring this back. It's going to take a lot of juice to get by this. So 106, yeah, 106 is the last swing point. This thing got smoked, folks. It went from 128 to 91 December of last year. So it's going to take a lot more than a couple quarters in order to get up into higher price. It can build some cars, but that's going to take quite a bit. And what does happen inside that business, there's no doubt, folks, okay, that's a high profit margin business. What they do is they sell cosmetics, fragrance, skin, all beauty products. That's the real bottom line. The low is $80 for the year. The high is $132. They don't pay a dividend, but they're certainly, when you take a look at this year's, okay, when we take a look at the acceleration and gross revenues, what we're looking at is that in 2010, they took in $1.2 billion. 2011, 1.5, 12, 1.8. Now they're running up at 2.2. So they've grown in 4 years. Top line revenue, they've grown by 100%. And what they're looking for this year is 2.7. So there's no doubt, bring it to the bottom line. They're bringing some big numbers to the bottom line. If you go back 4 years, it was $396 million per quarter. Now you're dealing with $886 million per quarter. It's not bad. That's big money. We'll take a look at Intel, folks. INTC. So we had with Intel out here today. Intel is putting a little pressure on the markets out here today just because of the structure. We were down 50 cents. When we were down 50 cents, that was the largest mover in the Dow Industrials, meaning on the way down. Intel come all the way back. You know, we'll see whether she can make it over the 35.06 mark. Right now, she's trading out there at the 35.10 mark. Caterpillar, we take a look at Caterpillar because these commodities have absolutely got killed. Caterpillar, flat market out here today, but Caterpillar has that high volume spike low out there at 100. Deere, DE, this is basically showing that the farming community is going to have a tough time. Why? Because the prices have come down so dramatically. And, of course, what that hits ASAP is Deere. Deere right now hadn't been able to take out its 2007 high, which is unusual because many of the equities in the stock market have taken out that 2007 high. Right now we're at 82.08, and what's game out here is the 78.90 level. You've had, now without volume inside the marketplace, this equity has had big volume the last 2 months, big expansion. We'd made a high with 51 million. You come off that high with 72 million. You come off that high with 74 million. And so what you have there is that you made the high with light volume. You're coming off that high with expanded volume. A lot of the gold stocks out here today rejected lower price, folks, had lighter volume. XAU, HUI, they're set up pretty nice right now. What we'd be looking for is a follow-through. They rejected lower price today, had lighter volume. You'd want a follow-through. Coming into Monday, that's going to be a big number. Asia, we go look at the Nikkei first. What we had last night on the Nikkei. Nikkei was trading up 120 last night. She gapped higher, and that, of course, is all about the yen. The yen, the weaker the yen gets, the more juice that can go in the Nikkei. The Nikkei is an indice that you're going to want to be buying a pullback. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. And don't forget, Tuesdays, Thursdays, we've got our man, Mr. Andy Heck's going to be coming up right next with the Technomental Commodity Hour. We're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
You've heard Basil Chapman on the air as the host of the Tiger Technicians Hour, and now's your chance to spend a full day learning his trading methodology, the Chapman Wave. Basil has taught thousands of students his trading methods over the years, and on Friday, September 12th, he'll be hosting a one-day online Master Trader Series class. Included is a month of his daily newsletter, The Opening Call, a $128 value. Basil will cover a variety of topics and techniques that he uses when looking at key charting patterns that repeat consistently in the market and that you can add to your trading methodology. You have access to the full 8-hour archive for a period of 30 days, as well as availability to ask questions of Basil in the month following the course as you practice what he teaches in this full-day Master Trader class. For all the details, visit TFNN.com and sign up for Basil Chapman's Master Trader class on Friday, September 12th. Reserve your seat today.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments. And whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finished down 19, Nasdaq up 5, S&P's up $1. Gold contract was down a couple dollars. Right now, let's go to Rob in L.A. Hey, Rob, what's going on? You there, Rob? Okay, I know what he wanted to look at. He wanted to look at EXK. Rob, you there?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. What are we going to look at? EXK, right?
Yes.
So EXK, folks, is Endeavor Silver Corporation. It's a small cap silver mining company. It does business in Mexico. The low is $3.12. The high is $6.44. Now, do you own this? You're looking to buy it. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I just bought it today at $4.85.
That's nice. Okay, so they take in $70 million a quarter. Yeah, you bought it today. You're going to be in good shape here. Okay, so let's check this out. So this equity here, folks, okay, is a small cap. They take in good money. They take in, $70 million a quarter. But you got to have some heavy stomach trading this equity because that's volatile beyond belief. I like the equity, but as long as you understand that it's volatile, Rob,
Yeah.
I like what this looks like, man. I mean, this retracement from the last. So check this out, folks. In May, the low of this was 366. We go from 366, and 366, by the way, was basically testing the lows of June of last year. It did it with lighter volume. And we take a look at it, he did it with 4.3 million shares versus 7.2. So that's a nice one. Then what you had is you had two separate signs of strength as it climbed from the 366 area all the way up to 644. So you almost had a 100% move. After that 100% move, guess what? You pull back a good 40%. And you're coming into strength and it has lighter volume. So as soon as this thing got over the 473 mark, it hit 481 today, That's saying that, guess what? You can make the run to 644, and it very well could be an ABC up, you know. If this launches, if this launches 598, you're really going to have some big action, man. So
that's the first target, around 598?
That is 628, actually. 628.
Oh, okay.
Those swing highs want to get tested. And if you launch that area, Rob, you'd really get some action. The reason being, so this has been a consolidation, folks, since April of 2013. If it makes it over that level, there's nothing to stop it because it came down so fast from 760. You know?
Okay,
And
yeah, what?
so, have you traded this before?
Yeah, I have. When I bought it today, I put a stop around 477.
That's good. That's good.
Around there.
Yeah, that's smart, because if it breaks below today, then you get the bottom of that swing point, which is game, which is $4, man. You know, and what I would do on the other side, hey, first see how it trades into those highs. If we, you know, and tomorrow is going to be a big day in this gold market. There's no doubt about it, because you have gold itself broke the low out here today. We yet rejected lower price, has lighter volume. This is the contract, so the contract stayed inside the range, not the large range, but inside the range. The actual gold equities and the silver equities, this is the second day in a row that they rejected lower price, had lighter volume, and start moving into the close. So what that's saying is that we have buyers that are coming in this market right now. So, cooking, brother.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Okay, man, have a great one. Have a safe one. If we do go through a few of these golds, what you're going to see, folks, is that they've been in a downdraft now for about 3.5 weeks. The last 2 days, they came in very quick going topside. If we go look at Gold Corp first, GG. GG got to a low out here today, 24.87, rejected that low. And those numbers, so if you own a gold or silver equity, folks, those numbers, the benchmark out there is the 18th of June. Once you get back inside that range, or where that day of strength was, that is a big deal. And a Gold Corp was $24.99. We went to $24.87. You did that with 4 million shares versus 7 million shares. That's it. The equations are good. The volume characteristic that we have had inside gold the last 3 or 4 days has been great, meaning that you're going to lower price and the volume is contracting dramatically. But with everything else, you have to hold price. Well, we did hold price yesterday, got slightly higher price today. Tomorrow is going to be the number. Now, the XAU, the HUI, they all performed out there. If we do take a look at, Great Panther, we happen to own Great Panther. But, Great Panther just come down from $1.50. It's $1.10 right now. Came into its day of strength, which is the 104 level. Did that 2 days ago, rejected it. You're at 110. Now what you're going to see, and you're going to see strength come in them. And strength, of course, is going to be the wide price spread accelerated volume. What's possible out here, what I don't quite understand is that, the European Union and the U.S., what they did out here today, they said, okay, listen, we're going to put more restrictions on Russia. Most of those restrictions, I believe, are kind of well known at this point. But what they did say is that they're going to have the list of them tomorrow. One of the biggest ones out there, folks, have to do with the oil companies, our oil companies, by the way, doing business in the Arctic. There's a lot of oil, evidently, that our oil companies think they can find, particularly ExxonMobil. That has been hitting ExxonMobil. I suspect it's going to hit it more. That's only one side of the equation. The other side of the equation, of course, is going to be what is the retaliatory move from Russia back into the European Union as to what they're not going to be able to sell. The isolated, they're going to get isolated. That's the bottom line. And, inside that, as they get isolated, there's going to be losers and there's going to be winners. And the larger portion in Europe, I suspect, it definitely loses. A larger portion in ExxonMobil is absolutely loses. The stock itself has been coming down. It's coming down with volume. It's an ABC structure on the way down. It failed to hold the swing high of 101. You're at 97. Not that 97's bad. It's not. What you do have, though, is that once you get back inside 94, which it looks like it's going to make that run to, then that's a whole different ballgame. So you're going to see a huge amount of jockeying, political jockeying, because of the amount of money that is involved inside the sanctions. There's no two ways about that. And what always happens with all of these sanctions, folks, if you actually look back in history, when trade wars start, that's what this, you can call this, it's a trade war. Well, a trade war would be a different definition. Trade war would be that you're putting tariffs on different trades. Bottom line, this would be a different type of trade war, but that's what it comes down to. The beginning, the middle, and the end of trade wars never come out great, folks, because what ends up happening is that you start at one aspect, then people forget what they're even fighting about, but what they do know is that both sides, meaning in this case what you're going to have is you're going to have Europeans, you're going to have Russians, both getting hurt monetarily because of the war, the trade war that's going on. The wild card here that Russia absolutely has is the gas card in pushing natural gas into Europe. And that card's going to be used, folks. And we're going to hear about that card in the next 6 to 8 weeks because, they've done it before. The first time that they shut off the gas, that was the big argument they had with the Ukraine. Lasted a couple days. Bottom line is that being cold is a big number. Energy's a big number. And that's on the table. That's absolutely on the table. After the closeout here, you had Ultra Salon that is going up. It's up 9% right now. Apple can't seem to hold highs out here. Inside the XLE, which is doing the ABC structure on the way down. That got a little bounce out here today. But what you're going to see now, this is really cool. So the XLE had volume of 12 million today, which is good, by the way, okay? But what you're going to have is that now you're going to have a high volume low on the weekly. The weekly characteristic out here is 65 million. Thus far, we've done 43, so 53. Yeah, it's still going to be hitting way too high because we hit highs with 22 million and 33 million, 55 million, 32 million. The lows are still, you can see the characteristic between hitting highs and hitting lows. The hitting lows inside that channel is dramatically higher, meaning to the point of almost 50% higher on the way down versus on the way up. That's the XLE. XLF, inside the financials, what we have is this. That went up today in 29 million shares. Flat market, really. That's a flat market. The largest structure inside there is Berkshire Hathaway, BRK, and Berkshire Hathaway out here was up 20 cents today. And what you are going to see is that you're going to see Berkshire Hathaway inside the news. The reason being is that Warren Buffett was calling Orrin Hatch, who's going to be, if they took over the Senate, he'd be in charge of the Finance Committee, about inversions, okay? So bottom line, it's not like having the inside phone. You stay right there. We'll come right back.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Join Andy Hecht as he teaches you how to make money in commodities. The Commodities Hour, next on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finish down 19. NASDAQ, S&Ps, they were flat. We go over to Europe. We take a look at the FTSE 100. Now, the FTSE 100, folks, got hit pretty good today. It was only down $30. You had a high to a low, however, of 67, 64, down into this 68, 57 high. That characteristic is, bottom line, saying you're going to be right back down there tomorrow, meaning to the 67, 64. The FTSE itself has had this has been going on for a year and a half. It hasn't been able to get over this high that was generated in May of 2013. So consolidation is huge. There's no doubt about that, and it gets smaller each and every week. We go to look at the DAX in Germany. What you have with the DAX in Germany, that was a flat market out here today, kind of like our markets. No juice. The DAX in Germany themselves, we'll see whether that can make it over the 97 area. We go to Asia next, the Hang Seng tonight. That'll be the first one that's going to open up. And the Hang Seng, that is an indice that had a huge expansion of volume in on price the 3rd of September, and then just gave it up. It tested that higher level, did it with lighter volume, and what that's all about, folks, is that that's been trying to make it over that level since 2010. The first level, you know, the Hang Seng had come down from the 31,000 mark down to 10, did a nice counter trend bounce. It's been hanging up at 24,000. You know, we've been hanging up at this level since November of 2010. Can't seem to break it. You know, so what that says, can't bust it up. Guess what? It's going to try to bust it coming all the way back down. You know. So our market's coming into a Friday. Tomorrow what you're going to have is this. The dollar index has moved higher with conviction on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly. We're just about to where it looks to me like the dollar wants to be. This run's been a straight line run from the 79 to 84.50. Today, you had big volume as you're pushing higher. So that says the 84.65 from 2 days ago wants to get tested. Gold, of course, is just the opposite. Coming into a Friday, coming into the weekend, this is going to be the battle, that line that is set up tomorrow. That battle line also is going to involve the bonds. A bond market out here got to lower prices out here today, had lighter volume. Bonds still continue to look like they want to go into higher price. The currency moves that are across the world right now, folks, are the things that are putting volatility into this market. You know, the euro just went from 140 to 129. I expect you're going to see more of that. The real kicker tomorrow, the biggest kicker of all, is going to be, can Apple close over that benchmark? You know, that benchmark that we're talking about is the high that Apple has not been able to get over in a couple weeks here. That high is 100.72. You know, you stay right there, folks. Our man, Mr. Andy Hecht, is going to be coming up next, and we are going to leave you with a beautiful song by Ray Charles. Don't forget, every trading day, we start live programming right here, 8 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the evening. We take that and replay it. You can get all that programming right on your cell phone at tfnn.mobi. If you'd like to get Tiger TV, just go to tfnn.com. TV's on the right-hand side. Hit that TV. And, of course, you stay right there because our man Andy Hecht, he read and wrote a beautiful poem about 9/11. He was in one of those buildings. We feel for all these people. Bottom line, we got to make sure that everyone stays in our prayers. Keep positive light out there. Keep positive energy out there. Because the bottom line, folks, is that whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.